Today we're going to go over ordering numbers. Okay, when ordering numbers, there's a couple steps I want you to go ahead and do. First, you're going to go ahead and just read the problem. So like number 1, it says, order the following numbers listed below from least to greatest. So the first step we're going to do, though, is we're going to convert all numbers to a decimal. Okay, that'll help us get them in the same so we can actually go ahead and then order them more efficiently. After that, I want you then to order the numbers according to how the question asks. So look at number 1 here. They ask us to order the following numbers listed below from least to greatest. So the first thing we want to do is we want to look at the numbers we have. So we have 1/2. So 1/2 is going to be 0.5. 2/3, that is going to be 0.66 repeating. Okay, and 55%. So again, we just take here, move the decimal over, or you can put that in your calculator too. 0.55, and then the last one right here is already in 0.4. So now we need to order them from least to greatest. So from the smallest number to the biggest number. Okay, so looking at this, to order them from smallest to biggest, we know this would be the smallest, so 1. The next one would be here 2. 0.55 would be a little bit bigger, and then 0.66 repeating, or sorry, that would be number 4, is the biggest. So now we will put them in order in their original form. Okay, so we're going to go 0.4. The second one is 1/2. The third one we said was 55%. And then the fourth one, the greatest number, is 2/3. So here is how we go ahead and order them. And you're just going to follow that for every one. So now look at, let's go number 7. It says, which number is between the two numbers on the number line? So I have the square root of 16 over 2. Just put this into your calculator and get a decimal. Okay, you're going to put it into the calculator just like that, the square root of 16 over 2. And you put it into your calculator and you find out that is really just 2. That one is just the number 2. Then do the same with 3 times pi. So in your calculator, hit 3, find the pi symbol. Go ahead and hit enter, and you end up with 9.42478. I'm going to add all those decimals there for the time being, just so in case any of my answer choices down here are close, that I want an accurate measurement. So now let's look at all of our answer choices and convert each of those into decimals. So 89%, that one is easy. I can just move it over, or I can hit 89% my calculator if I wish. So 0.89. The next one is 9 over 7, so I can just do that math. And 9 over 7, and the calculator will give me 1.2857. C tells me 2 square root of 64. So enter this into the calculator exactly as you see it. So put number 2 in, find the square root symbol, and then 64. When you hit enter, you will find out the answer is 16 for that one. And then go ahead and do this one. So the square root of 49 minus 3. Now on this one, you are going to you notice that negative minus 3 is not under the square root symbol. So when you do this on the calculator, hit square root 49. Once you get that in, I want you to hit the arrow over button a little bit. So when you hit the subtraction symbol, it is not included underneath the square root. Okay, so you want it to look just like it does here. If you have any questions here, come and ask and I will help you get that. So square root of 49 minus 3. When you put that into the calculator, you realize that that is 4. So now that I have everything converted to a decimal or just a whole number, which of these answers is between 2 and 9.42? So no. 1.28, no, that's still smaller than 2. 16 is bigger than 9. So the answer is D. If you did not do this correctly, you may not have found this and then not have found an answer that is between these two numbers on a number line. So looking at number 2, order the following numbers listed below from greatest to least. So again, pay attention to what they're asking, greatest to least. So biggest number to smallest number. So we're going to just take time and take each of these, put them in our calculator and convert them to decimal. Write them out. Do not just leave it in your calculator and think you can do it from there. The important step here is that we write it out and organize it because we don't want to accidentally miss a step just because we're going back through many things. Okay, so here I converted everything into a decimal, and now I want to order them from greatest to least. So just looking at it, we can go, this will be my first number. This will be my second number. And now 6.7 is bigger than 6.28, so this would be my third number, and this would be my fourth. So now I'm going to organize them in their original state in order from greatest to least. And there we go. So here is the answer. So number 8. Which number is not, keyword, pay attention to these keywords. Which number is not between the two numbers on the number line? So first thing, we need to convert the number line to a decimal. Then we need to convert all of our answer choices to a decimal. And then look at which one is not between that. So negative 5 over 1. I can stick that into a calculator if I want to, but if not, I just know that's negative 5. And then 25 over 5, 5 goes into 25 5 times. Again, I can just go ahead and use a calculator if I wanted to, or I know that number is 5. But the important part is to write it down. Okay, now something I want to point out, if you go to put negative 4 and 2/5 into your calculator, if you go to just put this into the calculator like you see, your calculator will automatically make that negative 4 times 2/5. Therefore, it will end up being a number smaller than negative 4. We don't want that. So you have two ways to put this into the calculator. So negative 4 and 2/5, you can put it in as negative 4 plus 2/5, okay, and get an answer. Or you can just put 2/5 into the calculator and put the negative 4 with it, okay? Either way, you will get negative 4.4. So negative square root of 36. So again, use the negative symbol in your calculator instead of the subtraction, okay? Because we don't want to use the subtraction. The negative symbol is the one next to the enter key. So you are going to get negative 6. Right here we have negative 4 plus 3. So it is going to be 3.25. And then for D, you're just going to go ahead and do pi minus 2. And you end up with 1.14159. So now that we have everything in a decimal form, the answer that is not between those two numbers on a number line is going to be B, -6, because -6 would be over here on the number line. -6 is a smaller number than -5. And if you have a question about the negative numbers and how to order them, think of it as a bank account balance, right? I would rather have -$2 in my bank account because it's going to be easier for me to get to a positive number than -$200 in my bank account. Okay, so the bigger number is going to be, -5 is a bigger number than -6.